Hello everyone! Today we're diving deep into the world of vitamins, specifically vitamin B12. Now you might be thinking, Dr. Mike, why all the fuss about B12? Well, let me tell you, this little vitamin plays a huge role in keeping our bodies running smoothly. We're talking about energy production, cell health, nerve function, the works. Without enough B12, our bodies can start sending out some pretty clear SOS signals. So stick around because we're about to uncover 7 urgent signs that you might not be getting enough of this essential vitamin. Okay, first up, let's talk about fatigue. We've all been there, right? Those days when you just can't seem to shake off that tired feeling. But if you're constantly feeling drained, like you've run a marathon even though you've just been glued to your computer, it might be time to consider a B12 deficiency. You see, B12 is a key player in converting the food we eat into energy our bodies can use. It's like the spark plug in a car engine. Without it, things just don't run as smoothly. When your B12 levels are low, your body struggles to produce enough red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout your body. And guess what? Less oxygen to your cells equals less energy for you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Mike, fatigue is a common symptom. It could be anything. And you're absolutely right. Stress, lack of sleep, even dehydration can leave you feeling wiped out. But here's the thing, if you're experiencing persistent, unexplained fatigue, along with some of the other symptoms we're going to discuss, it's definitely worth getting your B12 levels checked. Think of it this way. Your body is like a high-performance machine, and just like any machine, it needs the right fuel and maintenance to function at its best. B12 is one of those essential nutrients that keeps your engine running smoothly. So if you're feeling constantly drained, don't just brush it off as part of life. It could be your body's way of telling you something's not quite right. Have you ever experienced that strange sensation of pins and needles, like your foot's asleep even though you've been moving around? We often associate it with sitting in an awkward position for too long, but did you know it could also be a sign of B12 deficiency? Here's why. B12 plays a crucial role in maintaining the health of our nerves. It helps produce a protective covering called the myelin sheath that surrounds our nerve fibers, kind of like the insulation around an electrical wire. When B12 levels are low, this myelin sheath can become damaged, disrupting the signals that travel between our brain and the rest of our body. This disruption can lead to those weird pins and needles sensations, also known as paresthesia. You might feel it in your hands, feet, or even your legs. It's like your nerves are sending out a distress signal saying, "Hey, we need more B12 over here." Now, just like fatigue, pins and needles can have various causes, ranging from temporary nerve compression to more serious conditions. But if you notice this sensation frequently and it's accompanied by some of the other symptoms we're discussing, it's worth getting your B12 levels checked. Remember, early detection is key. The sooner you address a potential B12 deficiency, the better your chances of preventing long-term nerve damage. Let's face it, life can be a roller coaster of emotions. We have our ups and downs, our moments of joy and frustration. But if you've noticed a significant shift in your mood lately, like increased irritability, feelings of sadness, or even symptoms of depression, it might be time to consider the role of B12. You might be surprised to learn that B12 plays a vital role in our mental health. It's involved in the production of neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers in our brain that regulate mood, sleep, and cognitive function. When B12 levels are low, these neurotransmitters can become depleted, leading to mood swings, difficulty concentrating, and even more serious mental health concerns. Now, I'm not saying that every bad day is caused by a B12 deficiency. Stress, life events, and other underlying medical conditions can also significantly impact our mood. But if you're experiencing persistent mood changes that you can't quite explain, especially if they're accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's worth having a conversation with your doctor about getting your B12 levels checked. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. And sometimes, addressing a simple nutrient deficiency like B12 can make a world of difference. Ever looked in the mirror and noticed your tongue looking a little, well, different? Maybe it's smooth and shiny, or perhaps you have those painful mouth ulcers that just won't seem to heal. Believe it or not, these seemingly minor annoyances could be signaling a B12 deficiency. Here's the deal. B12 is essential for cell growth and development, and that includes the cells in our mouth and tongue. When B12 levels are low, our tongue can become inflamed and swollen, a condition known as glossitis. It might look red, smooth, and even lose its natural texture, resembling the surface of a strawberry. Along with glossitis, B12 deficiency can also lead to mouth ulcers, those small, painful sores that can pop up on your tongue, gums, or the inside of your cheeks. These ulcers can make it uncomfortable to eat, drink, and even talk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Mike, can't mouth ulcers be caused by other things like stress or biting your cheek? And you're right, they can. But if you have recurring mouth ulcers or notice changes in the appearance of your tongue, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms we've discussed, it's worth getting your B12 levels checked. Remember, your mouth is often a window into your overall health, so paying attention to those subtle changes can provide valuable clues about what's going on inside your body. We've all had those moments where we walk into a room and forget why we're there, or struggle to remember a name during a conversation. It's a normal part of aging, right? Well, yes and no. While some age-related memory decline is expected, experiencing significant memory problems, especially at a younger age, could be a sign of B12 deficiency. Remember how we talked about B12 being crucial for nerve health? Well, our brain relies heavily on those healthy nerves to function properly. When B12 levels are low, it can affect our cognitive function, leading to memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and even confusion. You might find yourself forgetting appointments, struggling to follow conversations, or feeling like your brain is in a constant fog. These cognitive changes can be subtle at first, but they can significantly impact your daily life if left unaddressed. Now, I'm not saying that every forgotten grocery list is a cause for alarm. Stress, lack of sleep, and other medical conditions can also affect our memory. But if you're experiencing persistent or worsening memory problems, especially if they're accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's essential to consult with your doctor. Remember, early detection and treatment of B12 deficiency can help prevent long-term cognitive decline and protect your brain health. Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed your skin looking a little paler than usual? Or perhaps you've noticed a slight yellowing of your skin and the whites of your eyes. This yellowing, known as jaundice, can be a sign of several health conditions, including a B12 deficiency. Remember how we talked about B12 being essential for red blood cell production? Well, when your B12 levels are low, your body can't produce enough healthy red blood cells. This can lead to a type of anemia called megaloblastic anemia, where the red blood cells are abnormally large and don't function properly. One of the telltale signs of megaloblastic anemia is pale skin. This happens because the red blood cells are responsible for giving our skin its healthy color. When there aren't enough of them circulating in our bloodstream, our skin can take on a pale or washed-out appearance. In more severe cases of B12 deficiency, jaundice can develop. This happens because the body breaks down old and damaged red blood cells, releasing a yellow pigment called bilirubin. When there's an excess of bilirubin in the bloodstream, it can build up in the skin and eyes, giving them a yellowish tint. Now, I know that changes in skin color can be subtle and easily overlooked, but if you notice your skin looking paler than usual or develop a yellowish tinge, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's important to consult with your doctor. Have you ever felt that sudden wave of dizziness, like the room is spinning, even though you're standing still? Or perhaps you find yourself feeling short of breath, even after minimal exertion. While these symptoms can be caused by various factors, they can also be signs of B12 deficiency. Remember how we talked about B12 being crucial for red blood cell production? Well, those red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen throughout our body. When we're deficient in B12, our body can't produce enough healthy red blood cells, leading to a decrease in oxygen carrying capacity. This decrease in oxygen can manifest as dizziness, lightheadedness, and even shortness of breath. It's like your body is saying, hey, we need more oxygen here. You might feel dizzy when you stand up too quickly or find yourself gasping for air after climbing a flight of stairs. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Mike, dizziness and breathlessness can be caused by so many things, from anxiety to heart problems. And you're absolutely right. These symptoms can have various underlying causes. But if you're experiencing persistent or unexplained dizziness or breathlessness, especially if they are accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's crucial to consult with your doctor. Remember, early detection and treatment of B12 deficiency can help improve oxygen delivery to your body and alleviate those uncomfortable symptoms. So there you have it, 7 urgent signs that you might not be getting enough vitamin B12. Remember, these are just potential indicators, and it's essential to consult with your healthcare provider for proper diagnosis and treatment. They can run a simple blood test to check your B12 levels and recommend the best course of action. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more health tips and advice. Stay healthy and take care.